Hello, and it's the DB Show. On tonight's episode, show, um, something I've sort of been wondering whether, um, well, firstly, you know how everything's been going in the world, and this has been happening, that's been happening, and then you have um, movies like past where they've suddenly changed things. Like, I'll give you an example where we all remember Darth Vader saying, "Luke, I am your father." But then years later, nowadays, it's "I am your father," and I think something's been changed with that. That line where he's supposed to say, "Luke, I'm your father. I am your father," not "I am your father." And a very old movie with two comedians, Laurel and Hardy, where I think Laurel Hardy says, "Oh, that's a fine mess." When they end up thinks he's in trouble. Laurel and Hardy, where he says to his mate, he says, "That's a fine mess." Well, years later, now, they've changed it to, "That's a nice mess you've made." It doesn't seem right. And I remember it was, "That's a fine mess." And I don't know if anything else has been sort of changed, or if anyone's noticed that certain things that we all remember suddenly been changed. And the other thing is, I've been wondering if the governments in all different countries are the one sort of in charge of those countries, including Australia, or whether there's some big corporation or Illuminati, which might sound a bit far-fetched. But it just seems as though there is. And I hope I'm wrong about that, because there's been like things changed in movies. You've got all this woke and all these other things that seem to be happening, as though someone, as I said, it could be like a big corporation or Illuminati, which might sound a bit far-fetched, telling all these governments what to do, what to say. And this is the thing where I've just been wondering, who's really in charge? Because if it's some big corporation or the Illuminati, which, might sound a bit far-fetched, if they're pulling the strings, telling them, as I said, telling them what to say, what to do, it just seems like that could be happening. I mean, I don't know. I might be wrong. You've got, like, with these politicians, they tend to make promises before, before they win, right? You have an election, you go and vote with either one, and they start saying, "Oh, we promised this and we promised that." And then when that one is in, you think, "Oh, they're going to stick with their promises they've made," they end up going back on them. they go back on their word and break their promise. And I think, you know, they're there to help everybody. Now, everybody, and I mean everybody, you know, everyone. But it's as though they just make up all these things and then make up promises and then break their promise when they're sworn in as Prime Minister or, you know. I mean, I don't know how with the President of America, how that's, you know, whether that's sort of like the same how it's like with every other country in the world, like Australia. I hope. I just think I mean really I don't know, but it just seems to be strange how things just seem to be like changed in movies, and then you've got all this crap changing the colour of characters in movies, and you've got woke this, woke that. And I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Yeah. As I was saying, I just think that it might be possible that there could be big corporation or, you know, Illuminati, which I know that might sound a bit far-fetched. But it just got me thinking, you know, are all these governments in each country, are they in charge, you know? They're the ones that are, you know, that they say this and they say that, or they break their promises, they go back on their word, or is it someone telling them what to say and what to do? You know, I've been wondering that for a long time, because when you have a look at, like, shows that say, for example, with Doctor Who, how the other actors seem to be fine with when they had a woman playing the Doctor. Now, of course, it's a male now. But, of course, when the 13th Doctor regenerated, there was a bit of someone stuffed up the regeneration, which brought back the face of the 10th Doctor, which ended up the 14th Doctor. And of course the 15th Doctor's in limbo somewhere. Now, I don't know why they couldn't just have had it where 13th Doctor regenerates into the 14th. And of course, I mean, the guy now who's after the 14th Doctor, even though he's black, that's fine. That's fine. It's a male, which means, you know, strong, you know. Any villain that comes up against, you know, really gives it to them, you know. But they didn't, hang on, back. as I was saying. So I just think that might be happening, where you've got, as I said, well, some big corporation or, I'm sounding a bit far-fetched, Illuminati, but as though someone is controlling everything, telling the government what to do, what to say. And just seems like that's what's happening, and you've got the cost of living. So, but I know there's no such thing as cost of living. You've got prices going up and up and up, products shrinking, and I think it's happening in other countries. But you would think that the government would do something about it to make sure that they're helping the people, helping everybody. But they're not doing that. I see people in the supermarkets as though they couldn't care less. And when people go and, this is something else, people go into the food court and instead of having a look and see the price, have a look at the prices, they just go, oh yeah, I'll have that meal. And it's so expensive. People are so stupid. Because I'm around, I think, oh my goodness, look at the prices. I could sort of try and find something that's cheap, reasonable price. But it does make me think that, is there someone controlling everything? Telling the governments what to do, what to say? So, I don't know. I just think that it would be good if governments everywhere started helping everybody, and there's peace amongst people. No more of this fighting about this or that. No more of this woke rubbish. They want to make a movie, fine. They can still make movies or TV shows without having that stupid word woke in it. Like, with the Indiana Jones movie, Dial of Destiny, still trying to decide whether to see it. I know last time I did say that I was thinking of going to see it, and then tell you what I thought. What I thought about the movie. Whether it's good or, So, I've heard that it's not doing very well at the movies. It's like woke and all that rubbish. So, when I did the reaction to the trailer, now of course, the trailer looks really good, and then when I saw the you got the female, I thought, okay, so her, okay, all right, fair enough. So she ends up teaming up with Indiana Jones, who knew her father. In other words, okay, fair enough. That's fine. But what is not fine is this woke rubbish. It's affected with this woke, and I think all the other Indiana Jones movies are really good, and we've all seen the others. They're really good, and then when this one comes out, it's got to have it's affected with woke. It doesn't need it woke. And then you'll hear about there's other things where they say on different social media about certain things, and you think, is that true or is that made up? And most of the time it's not true. It's rubbish. It's a lie. And then you've got people that say they're going to help. They're going to help people on YouTube and all this. But I feel as though they just want more. The more they say, the more they want. But I don't know. Anyway, in this I've got that behind me. I've got the DB show. I think I've got it back to front actually. Yeah, back to front. I turn it. It has a light. It has a light on it, but you can't sort of see it. You just see the light, a square light. So anyway, I'm gonna go now, and probably tomorrow morning I doing probably a Diamond live. We should be sitting over there, and yeah. So anyway, as I said, I'm going to go now. So take care, everyone, and bye now.